Good.
Yep, I'm blessed.
Forget
Yep.
to send that stuff.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
You guys on a trip or anything, or
Yeah, we went to Barbados.
get out of here?
Yeah.
All inclusive?
Yep.
What did they do?
All inclusive sandals.
That's crazy.
Yep. So took her out into the field, man, because it's cool. The resorts is cool, but I like to be in the mix. You know? I like to be with the locals.
You gotta get a taste of what.
Yeah,
That's where you get
exactly.
real food and everything.
Exactly. Real food, real locations, you know. So yeah, we went to Barbados, man. Was out there for a week. So we did it. We did it big, man. We did it big. Yeah. I was just happy to get a check, and I ain't have to give $3,000 over here or
Right.
$2,000 over here because we paid everything off. So
It's it. For 50, you're like when you're paying that bill.
yeah,
It's like I just want.
yeah,
I'm in the red.
yeah. And
You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. But it was dope. Like I said, I made sure everything was paid. You know, we wasn't down to the open bar.
Yeah.
Like, don't call my phone after this wedding saying, hey, because you're probably not going to get it. I'll never
Yeah.
see you again.
And they got crown down there.
They didn't, but, you know, we brought it in. Because it was at the Scottish Rites Theater. They don't have crown at their bar. But in Barbados, I brought some crown with me, too, that people were gifting me at the thing. So I just brought it with me.
Sure.
Yeah, but honestly, I wish I could have had some love.
Yeah.
Barbados because that's the
That's what
home
they do.
of
Sugar cane.
yeah. It is a full house tonight. I like full houses.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it's a happy full house. It's a happy full house. Yeah. Ooh.
Good evening. I would like to call the Peoria Public Schools Board of Education meeting for October 24th, 2022 to order. Would you please call the roll?
Mrs. Costick. Mr. Kloss. Mrs. McConnell. Mr. Murphy.
Here.
Dr. Ranking. Mr. Wilson.
Here.
President Ross.
Here.
We have 6 present.
Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, we want to recognize the 2 wonderful demonstrations from 2 of our schools, Reservoir Gifted Academy and Manual Academy. Really nice. I hope the kids are around putting these together, right? Yeah, that's great. Yes. Okay, so are there any announcements,
I won.
Mr. Wilson?
Thank you, President Ross. Award-winning author Sherry Dusky Rinker. On November 10th, Peoria Public Schools, in collaboration with Peoria Public Library, will host New York Times best-selling children's book author Sherry Dusky Rinker at Annie Jo Gordon and Franklin Primary Schools. That evening at 6 o'clock p.m. at the main Peoria Public Library, Dusky Rinker will hold a book signing where she will discuss her work, the writing process, and more. Special thanks to Peoria Public Library for organizing this event.
Thank you. Mr. Klaus?
FAFSA, reminder that FAFSA applications are open and should be completed as soon as possible. Submitting the FAFSA is required for all students wanting scholarships, grants, and/or loans to attend university or technical school. Students cannot receive student aid without filing out the FAFSA. Most schools have an early decision deadline of November 1st, so don't delay.
All right, thank you. That's pretty helpful there. Ms. Costick?
Illinois Principals Appreciation Week. This week, October 23rd through the 29th, is Principal Appreciation Week. Let's celebrate the amazing efforts that our principals display this week and throughout the year. Let's show our principals we appreciate them. Thank you.
Do you have an amazing coworker, or do you know any District 150 worker or volunteer who works hard and deserves to be acknowledged? Please fill out nominations for the Illinois State Board of Education Those Who Excel Awards. Those Who Excel nominations are due to Lana Hewer by this Thursday, 10/27 at 4 p.m. Nomination forms can be found at tinyurl.com/thosewhoexcel.
Thank you.
On November 3rd, 2022, 40 PPS students will attend the Broadway musical Come From Away at the Peoria Civic Center. The tickets are sponsored by the American Theater Art Guild. Special thanks to American Theater Guild for supporting PPS's fine arts programs and students. Reminder, there is no school on November 7th, 2022 for students due to parent-teacher conferences. There is no school for anyone on November 8th, 2022 due to Election Day. Do your civil duty and vote on November 8th.
Thank you, Ms. Breedlove.
All right, thank you. PPS report card reminder. Midterm 1 report cards will be sent home this Wednesday, October 26th. Parents and students can also check grades through Skyward at that time. And then I have another announcement. Elementary and middle school speech tournament on 10/29 at Treewind Middle School. Treewind Middle School will be hosting a speech tournament on October 29th for elementary and middle schoolers. The tournament is from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please come out and support their hard work.
Thank you. Daylight savings time. Reminder, Sunday, November 6th, daylight savings time ends. So does that mean you get have another hour of sleep?
You fall back.
Okay.
Yes. It's darker.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, that means the clock goes back. So enjoy your extra hour of sleep. I know most people won't do that. They'll get up at the same time. All right. Thank you. Okay. Next on our agenda is awards and recognition. Mr. Guyton, Director of K through 8 Athletics. Mr. A.J. Guyton, how are you, sir?
How are you?
Good.
Superintendent Dr. Karat, Board President Martha Ross, and board members, thank you for the opportunity to shine a light on the champions of our 2022 softball and baseball seasons. First, before we get to that, we'd like to shine a light on some people who work behind the scenes to help give our student athletes a positive experience each time they stepped on the field. First, I want to thank the guy standing to my right. I want to thank partner of 3 years, Blake Johnson. He's a continued rising star in the athletic administrative field. I could not have executed this plan to help improve middle school sports without his commitment to servicing our students. Mr. Johnson oversees inventory, updating standings, providing administrative oversight at games every night and weekends, and much more. He goes above and beyond those duties. On behalf of PPS administrative team, we thank you. I'd also like to send a shout out to Roger Boyer, Assistant Director of Buildings and Grounds, and his team for making sure our baseball and softball fields were in good condition for our student athletes to compete. Reservoir Gifted Academy Fields 1 and 2, CT Vivian 1 and 2, Liberty Woodruff, and Von Steuben are the fields Buildings and Grounds took care of. We did not have to cancel or postpone any games due to field maintenance the last 2 seasons. Thank you for your efficiency, Buildings and Grounds, Roger Boyer. A huge shout out to manual custodian head groundsman Brian Points, who went above and beyond to make sure manual softball fields were in pristine condition for Annie Jo Gordon, Tree Wynn, and Elise Ford Allen to call home. Thank you for going above and beyond, Mr. Points. Another shout out to custodian and groundsman Chris Leigenfelter at Richwoods for taking the time to keep Richwoods softball field lined and in great condition for Rolling Acres, Mark Bills, Liberty, and Harold B. Dawson to call home. Thank you for your professionalism and commitment to excellence. Special thank you to all the umpires who worked our softball and baseball games. We know how hard of a job that is, and we thank them as well. Too many of them to name, but thank you. We'll get started here. First for our Rolling Acre Lady Cougars softball champions for 2022 season. They were the overall number 1 seed with a regular season record of 7 wins, 0 losses, and 1 tie. They were the American League Division co-champions at 4 wins, 0 losses, and 1 tie. Rolling Acres Lady Cougars earned the first place in the city by defeating Annie Jo Gordon Lady Hawks in the semifinal. The Reservoir Gifted Lady Wildcats they beat the Reservoir Gifted Lady Wildcats 15-9 in the championship game. The Lady Cougars finished with a 9 wins, 0 losses, and 1 tie record. Here are the rosters for the 2022 Rolling Acres Lady Cougars. Principal Michael Barber. Head coach Marnie Rora. She was also our American League Coach of the Year. And now for the players. Ambriella Alexander, Jada Beshorner, Alexis Hawks. Are they here? Is anybody here? You can stand up. I'm sorry, I'm going a little fast. It's a lot of y'all. Please stand up. Come up to the podium area so we can take a good picture of you guys. So I'll start with Ambriella Alexander, Jada Beshorner, Alexis Hawks, Anijah Hobson, Kamaya Jackson, Jariah Johnson, Jaden Mills, Ayana Moore, Sophia Payne, Tataja Rudd, Adeline Wester, and our American League Player of the Year, Cicely Robinson. Give it up for your first place Rolling Acres Lady Cougars. One without us and then one with us. So you think
Coach
Did you see
Geigen,
her over this?
Make sure you got it. Okay, cool.
Coach Geigen, would you like our coach, the softball coach, to make some quick remarks?
I'm not very good at public speaking, so I'll try my best. My name is Marnie Rora, and I'm the softball coach at Rolling Acres Middle School. I've been coaching there this is my 22nd year, so I've been around a long time. I always hear people say, well, is she still there? Yeah, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere for a couple more years. Fortunately, I've been blessed with a lot of nice girls to coach over the years. Parental support has been great. My kids do a good job on and off the field. They get great grades. I'm really push that because at the end of the day, grades are going to get you somewhere. Softball could, but grades are important. I appreciate the support from all the parents. They're wonderful. The kids, like I said, are great. They come with a good attitude. They work hard, good work ethic. They carry themselves with pride, and they represent our school in a very great way, and I'm really proud of them for that. So, thank you.
Thank you. Did we have the principal, Mr. Barber? Mr. Barber, did we have you? Did you stand up? You were there in the picture, weren't you? Let's see who's with the principal. How about the parents of those students? The parents of it present? Can you stand? Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, Mr. Guyton.
Way to take over, Miss Ross. Way to take over. Coach Roar is being modest. She also coaches volleyball. She also coaches basketball. Our teams are very well disciplined, always practicing early. We love to see kids at the games early, being prepared to play as they will in high school. And she creates that atmosphere to get those students prepared for high school. So excited that she'll be also coaching softball at Richwoods next year to carry on that tradition. So that's awesome. Give one more round of applause. Awesome. Tell you one thing, she be on me, but I never have to worry about her kids showing up. They there ready to play. But now on the baseball, we have our Reservoir Gifted Wildcats. They came in as the overall number 3 seed with a regular season record of 7-1. Reservoir Gifted Academy Wildcats earned first place in the city by defeating Rolling Acres Cougars in what was the best game of the year, 9-8 in the semifinal. We hated for that game to end, but they battled it out, and it was the best game I've seen since I've been here. The Liberty Leadership Middle School Lightning, they defeated 5-2 in the championship game. They finished with Reservoir finished with a 9-1 record. Here's the baseball roster for the 22 city champion Reservoir Gifted Wildcats. First, you can come step up so we can take a picture. First, Principal Susan Martin, Head Coach Andrew C., Jack Shelavinitz, Ben Robinson, Keaton Harden, Mason Mears, Logan Burns, Cashton Milliger, Holden Clark, Nikki Seroff, Sam McCall, Dominique Langhoff, Sam Schwartz, Isaiah McCall, Andrew Hartman, and Shane Cunningham. This is your number one, first place, Reservoir Gifted Wildcats. Give it up for them. We'll take a picture first. Assistant coach will have some words.
Thank you,
Assistant
Carla.
coach Jeff Robinson.
Wait a minute, yeah. Come on, Coach.
All right. Coach C couldn't be here tonight. I was not prepared to give a speech, so this will be short. Yeah, like AJ said, we lost our first game in 4 or 5 years, I think, to Rolling Acres. Best game since I've been here too. This is my 3rd year helping out, and my last because Ben's going on to high school. But great group of kids to coach. I was proud to be a part of it. I really enjoyed the time that I spent with all of you, and most of you will be back next year. And I wish you the same success that you had this year and more. Good job, guys.
You can ask
finally-
the parents. The
oh, sorry,
parents
go
as
ahead,
well.
go ahead.
The parents.
Oh, parents. Parents. Any parents?
I was going to do that.
Parents of Reservoir, please stand up. Once again, a great program. Coach Andy C., I don't think he's here. Is he here? He's not here, but he does a great job of helping us, shape baseball, help teach us the ropes of baseball. We don't have all the answers. He's one of the coaches we call, and we get his advice. And he helps us, helping us shape it for the future. So it's a slow climb to the top, but we're getting there. These boys are primed, and the ones that are headed in 8th grade are primed and ready to play high school baseball, and they have been for the last few years. I've only been here for a few years, but I can tell that they were dominating before then too, and also Rolling Acres players as well. Give it a shout out to our coach of the year, Bradley Runkle, who did a great job at Rolling Acres, keeping his team prepared. came up a little short, and I was hoping they battled it out in the championship game, but that's the way it worked out. So we want to thank you guys for being supportive of middle school athletics, and as we continue to trend in the right direction and put together put processes in place to help improve it. And the bottom line is for the kids to have an excellent athletic experience, have a fun experience that they'll always remember. The championship T-shirts, the medals, the camaraderie, and that's what we're trying to build here for Peoria Public Schools. So we want to thank you guys for your support in our journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. All right, thank you. Next is district presentations, Dr. Karat.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Coach Guyton. Great job. Coach Blake, thank you as well. We'll wait for the kids. Great job, students and parents. So Dr. Bond, we can have you come up.
Okay.
And we can wait for the
Sorry.
transition. We'll wait for the transition.
Okay.
Thank you. So I'll defer my time to Dr. Bond. Thank you, Dr. Bond.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Yep, join me.
Her name is not on here anyway.
So, good evening. It is an absolute honor to introduce our presenters for the district presentation on American Sign Language. My guess is that they are going to downplay their roles in bringing the American Sign Language elective to Manual, Peoria High, and Richwoods, but I really want everyone to know the reason why almost 300 of our high school students are learning ASL is literally a direct result of these teachers who had an idea and had the courage to be like, hey, how about this? What if we try this out? And we went with it, and here we are. So I just wanted to say that before they give all the intimate details about what they do with this particular course, but they are really, truly amazing, and we're just really honored to have you as a part of our district. So without further ado, welcome to our ASL teachers, who, by the way, 3 of them also teach our deaf and hard of hearing students. So they do several different things and keep it all going somehow amazingly. So welcome.
So they're priming the pipe. They're growing your own, right? Yeah, it's awesome.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. My name is Kayla Mattis, and I'm a deaf educator and American Sign Language instructor at Richwoods High School, where I've been for 12 years. So last fall, I met with Dr. Wilson and pitched the idea of bringing the American Sign Language course to the Peoria Public Schools high schools. And for us, as deaf educators, we really hold a deep and strong passion for deaf and hard of hearing students, the entire deaf community, and the language of ASL. So the vision was kind of a twofold, and it was driven by the fact that we see the social limitations and the communication struggles that deaf and hard of hearing students often have with hearing students, and then isolation as a result. So we saw this as an opportunity to provide for hearing students and the DHH students to build friendship and to be involved in a truly inclusive school culture. On the other side of the fold, ASL courses provide an additional world language option for the entire high school population. It increases awareness of the language and the culture, and could potentially encourage students to pursue careers in deaf education or sign language interpreting, both areas that are currently facing huge shortages. So even if they don't pursue careers, those specific careers, no matter where they land, having the knowledge of American Sign Language is a benefit to everyone. Mm-hmm. So for the 2022-23 school year, we've enrolled approximately 65 students in 2 sections at Manual High School, approximately 100 students in 4 sections at Peoria High School, and approximately 125 students in 5 sections at Richwoods High School. So this enrollment includes all students ages 9th grade to 12th grade. And those sections are taught by myself, Taylor Edmond, Michaela Palka, and Lily Conchora, who are over here. We anticipate similar enrollment for ASL 1 for the next school year. So now you're wondering, how is it going? It's brand new. What are we doing? It is amazing. It is so cool. We are seeing friendships and communication blooming between deaf and hard of hearing and hearing students. The DHH students are feeling more confident with communicating with other students, and their eyes honestly light up when they see the hearing students coming up to them and signing to them and showing them what they've learned. It's really just been an amazing sight. So we're so excited. We've also seen a lot of support and awareness of sign language and the deaf culture among everyone, the staff, students throughout all of the buildings. So students who are enrolled, they're really engaged, they're showing lots of growth just in the short time that we've been in school so far. So one fun thing that we've done so far that was really important, the last week of September was Deaf Awareness Week. And so the students, they created posters to place around the school promoting awareness, learning ASL. They did presentations about famous deaf and hard of hearing people. They included myths and signs in the morning announcements. We also viewed the Academy Award-winning movie Coda, which if you haven't seen it, I highly suggest watching it. It's really great. And we also invited deaf and hard of hearing students and deaf community members from Peoria for a Q&A panel where the students were able to ask them questions about the language and the culture. It seems the students are enjoying all the activities. They're learning a plethora of new information about deaf culture and ASL. So next, I want to show you is a short clip of one of the morning announcement pieces that two students from Richwoods created, and this was shown to the whole school regarding the Deaf Awareness Week.
Hello, Richwoods. My name's Romello, and this is my friend, Lee. We learn ASL, and we know over 100 signs, from colors, to actions, to clothes, to shapes. I will teach you.
And that was September, so they've learned a lot more, right?
There's more.
Hello, Richwoods. My name's Romello, and this is my friend, Lee. We learn ASL, and we know over 100 signs, from colors, to actions, to clothes, to shapes.
I will teach you 5 signs. Ready? Okay. Number 1, hat. So you're going to take your hand, you're going to pat your head. Hat. Okay? Number 2, shirt. So you're going to grab your shirt and you're going to pull it multiple times. Shirt. Number 3, dress. So you're going to put your hands up here and you're going to bring your hands down. Dress. Number 4, pants. You're going to take your hands like this, an even amount of length, and you're going to do one side and then the other. Pants. Okay? Number 5, shoes. So you're going to take your fists and you're going to clasp them together. Shoes. Good job.
So, am I on? Can you hear me? Okay. So what's next? So what we plan is we plan to open up ASL 2, offering for the 23-24 school year, along with continuing ASL 1. So we're going to continue to provide top-notch quality instruction of the language and culture in both levels, while encouraging support of diversity and inclusiveness in all of our school buildings. We also hope to provide connections with colleges and universities for those who may be interested in pursuing a career in a DHH or sign language field. So, to wrap up, we have invited students from each of the 3 high schools who would like to share a little something about what they have learned so far this year. So we'll start with, we have 3 students from Richwood, if they want to come up.
Oh.
Hello, my name is Katie.
My name's Romello.
Hello, my name is Gia. We are Richwood students, and we are going to show you ASL actions we know. Sign number 1, jump. Sign number 2, dance. Sign number 3, walk.
Sign number 4 is read. Sign number 5 is stand. Sign number 6, sit. The sign for sit is the same as chair.
ASO Richwood's students learn over 100. We've learned over 150 or 60 signs by now, and all of our students, we enjoy our classrooms and our teachers. I don't know. I feel like we're all glad that we got this opportunity. It's just a fun learning experience altogether, and it's surprisingly easy if you try.
Now we have 2 students from Peoria High.
All right, I'm the Peoria High ASL teacher, and I have 2 students with me here tonight. They're just gonna introduce themselves and tell you one thing that they like about our ASL class at Peoria.
we have a no talking rule.
Yes, that's great.
Okay. My name is Samantha.
Hi, my name is.
Nervous.
Sorry.
Take your time.
That's okay.
Thank you.
And then we have our last student from Manual High School.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, and Keon and I are going to show you what a sign language conversation looks like.
Hello.
My name is Lily.
Morning.
How old are you? My favorite color, maybe purple. What's yours? Red. What do you like to eat? I said burgers, but that's not even true. What else? Me too. You're welcome.
You go, Saya. Oh, that's great.
Thank you. Is that the end of your presentation? Oh, okay.
Yes, they would like a picture, all of them. Come up for a picture.
Everybody come up for a picture. You guys can come, there you go, there you go. All right.
They're quick learners. I don't know if I would.
So is there any feedback from board members?
Yeah, I'd just like to say fantastic job. Obviously, sign language plays or serves many purposes. As a father to a son that does not talk, it's something that I'm learning every day. So I just want to say thank you for coming up. Thank you for showing us that conversation in sign language. Very excited about this part of our education.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Dr. Rankin?
I had a question for one of you that was standing up. This counts as a foreign language, right? Correct. And I might have missed it. This is the first year, right? Yes. And so all 3 high schools are counting it as a foreign language? Yes. Awesome.
It's good.
And I suspect it will only continue to grow. Thank you so much to our teachers, I'll say Kayla, Taylor, Lily, and Michaela. I mean, you guys are awesome, and it will only grow. So thank you so, so much.
Thank you all.
I'll attend one of those classes to learn more. Thank you. That was awesome.
All right.
Some of their parents came too.
Are the parents, how many parents are the parents still here? Say hello. Wave at us, parents. Thank you all. All right. Next on our agenda is a presentation by audience. Any individual may address the board at this time for no more than 5 minutes, with not more than 20 minutes allotted for any one subject. We ask you to be respectful and share with us your comments. I have Jamie Watson.
Hi. I have 2 daughters that go to Von Steuben, and on September 29th, there was a huge fight, almost a riot. I'm sure you guys seen all the videos. I sent them to quite a few people. My issue is that no parent was contacted till the next, more than 24 hours later. It was traumatic enough to call extra counselors in, but not to call the parents, which I find insane. The kids were traumatized. There was pepper spray deployed. My 7th grader was just distraught, and I knew nothing about it. I'm like, this can't be true because surely the school will call, and nobody called. And that's a huge problem. When I talked to the superintendent, well, first I emailed, and I got just a blank, pass it on to Dr. Bell, which I never got a call back from him. I emailed other people, never heard anything back. Superintendent finally called me Friday night, and basically said the principal should have been in the building when the principal was at a meeting that the school set up for her. So it's not like she was just out of the building for no reason. It's unacceptable. Our kids and teachers deserve better. There's fights all the time, and no one's held accountable. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And I guess that's it.
Thank you. Did anyone follow up? All right. Thank you for sharing. Next on our agenda is the approval of minutes from September 12th, 2022 board meeting. Oh, is there any response? No, I did ask him. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I did talk to Ms. Watson. We had a great conversation, and I was honest. I said, you know, essentially what you said, and we're back, and we from into session, and there's a great plan. So let's continue to monitor it. You have my information. As soon as you emailed me, I responded to you. So now that you have direct contact with me, definitely feel free to keep in touch, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. We have a motion to approve the minutes from September 12th, 2022. Do we have Ms. McConnell on the line yet? No? Okay. It's been moved in second. Any discussion on those minutes? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Mrs. Costick? Mr. Kloss? Mrs. McConnell? Mr. Murphy?
Aye.
Dr. Rankin? Mr. Wilson? President Ross?
Aye.
We have 6 ayes. Motion carries.
Thank you. Information items, superintendent's update. Dr. Karat.
Thank you, President Ross. Just quickly, for my superintendent update, we have invited some partners from Rockford. Are they here? Yeah, oh, perfect. Dr. Ike, will you come up and sort of do a quick intro? And while Dr. Ike is coming up, do you have the information, right? While Dr. Ike is coming, I just wanted to tee it up a little bit, and board and listening audience, and also our individuals here with us in the boardroom. This is you'll hear more about a cohort, a 2-year cohort focused on developing leaders to lead in an urban education setting. Teachers, and this is for teachers, teachers will engage in hands-on projects throughout the 2 years, and they will eventually receive a master's degree in urban education with also a principal certification. So we know with the teacher shortage, we have to, just like we have our teacher pipeline, we're also being proactive to also have our own grow your own administrator pipeline. So cohort will have a minimum of 20 participants with a maximum of 25 participants. The partnership is very, very unique for Peoria Public Schools, and we asked Rockford to create an urban education experience for our teachers, and they did. And so Rockford has deeply discounted the program for this partnership. So PPS will pay 90% of the program. Our teachers will pay $45 per credit hour, and they would take 2 courses per semester. And the out-of-pocket cost will be $270 per semester for 6 credits, which is a tremendous deal. Actually, I went through one of these programs for my doctorate through PPS, and so I'm happy I'm here giving back. And we had a cohort of 20 individuals who went through that program. That one was with ISU. We sent information out on October 7th, and there's already a lot of interest. We have 31 teachers as of today, the first day back, who want to attend the informational session, our friends from Rockford, so thank you for putting out that flyer. And then there's an application process which will take place until Thanksgiving, and applicants will be notified by December 9th, and classes will begin January 17th. And so please let us know if you need any more information. Dr. Wood is actually our contact person, but you can send it to anyone and we'll get that information to her. Our partners from Rockford, they have a presentation prepared for us tonight. Dr. Ike will work with them because he also reviewed, he's our Memorandum of Understanding, Memorandum of Agreement in-house expert. So everything, I run it through him. So thank you, Dr. Ike. And so board, we ask that our partners from Rockford come and share more with you. And we've asked Dr. Ike to
at least present who they are. So thank you, Dr. Ike.
Thank you, Dr. Karat. You covered it all, really. Thank you very much. And Dr. Anna Badu, I believe, is the spokesperson, and you will introduce the rest of your team. So welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us. We are so excited about this partnership, so grateful and honored to be serving in this role. My name is Annie Badu. I'm a professor in the education department at Rockford University. I spent 20 years in K-12 serving as a teacher and a leader and principal in urban schools. And we, over the past several years, have a partnership with Rockford Public Schools,
Yes.
which has much similarity to Peoria Public Schools. And the goal, our goal, is that we want to be a strategic partner to urban districts. We believe that the very best teachers and the very best leaders for our districts are in our schools, are in our communities. And historically, there have been barriers because college is expensive. And so we see this as an opportunity to partner with districts to serve and create a program that is unique or that meets the specific needs of Peoria. So we all know there's a teacher shortage. There is an administrator shortage now as well. But those of us who have worked in urban districts, a shortage is not new to us. And often when we recruit from other places and outside, and people come and get all this great experience and then they leave. But when you are able to grow and develop the people within the community, they care about the community on a level that you don't see people necessarily always bringing in. And then also, when they can learn together in a cohort, then they develop a network, because part of the reason that people leave the field is because it can be lonely to be a leader. So when you spend 2 years with people that you are growing your leadership capacity, then once you get into the field and you have those hard times, you have this whole built-in support system of people that care about the community, know the community, and can help you grapple with the unique challenges that you might be having in your school. So I was supposed to introduce my team, but I got really excited about that. So let me introduce who's with me. I'll just let them introduce themselves.
Yeah, great points, though. You're right.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us tonight. I'm Dr. Kelly Munson, and I'm the Director of Graduate Studies and an Assistant Professor of Education. I also have been in the field over 25 years, 15 of which was as an Assistant Superintendent and Principal in urban and suburban districts. I also actually taught children who were deaf and hard of hearing, so I'm very proud of your program here. That's fantastic. But yes, we're really excited to be here. We have a couple slides to share with you, but I'll have our colleague Megan introduce herself.
Hello, yes, thank you so much for having us tonight. My name is Megan Frankfather. I am the Assistant Director of Admission at Rockford University. I have been in the higher ed admissions field for about 8 years now. I've worked with a lot of different populations of students, and working with our teachers going back to school is really special. They're very passionate group of people, and it's a joy to help them and ultimately help the community. So with that being said, if you would like to start or go to the next slide. So thank you for pointing out earlier, we have already received 31 responses, and that was actually earlier today. Since then, last I looked at 4 p.m. this morning, or 4 p.m. this afternoon, we were up to 33 responses. So already in just a short time, without any formal presentation, 33 of your teachers are interested in pursuing this program. So having their interest and their passion in furthering their education, that's the base, right? We can all be excited about it, but we need their excitement too. So this is just wonderful to see already at this point in the process, and really excited to meet these 33 people and potentially even more. So thank you.
So there are several things on the slide that I probably already said, but The coursework that we have designed we have Masters of Urban Education that we've been running for 7 years now. And the coursework is designed to develop the leadership capacity of the students, as well as focus on the unique needs of the district which in they're serving, and then really look at improving educational outcomes for students. Can you go to the next slide? So one of the things that we all grapple with as teachers and leaders is so much information coming at us, so much marketing. There's a lot of savvy marketing out there. And so one of the things we really develop in our students is the capacity to demand evidence and evidence-based practices, to know how to use the literature to apply to the problems or situations that they're dealing with in their classrooms and in their schools, so that we're not spending the time that we have on things that are not for us or are not going to work for our kids. And so I tell all the students, you come in as a practitioner, you leave as a scholar practitioner. You know how to critically analyze what's coming at you so that you make the best decisions for your students and for your teachers. One of the things, many things, I think that set this program apart, one of them is, and we've talked to Dr. Wood about this, I went through a popular administration program when I became an administrator, and my internship was very unfocused. So I did lots of things in lots of places, had some experiences, but I don't feel like it grew my capacity as a leader. But we want to be very strategic in who the students are placed with your outstanding leaders that are in your district already. And then they will be in a cohort of their peers, as well as conducting an action research project. So they will look at what's the school improvement goals in the school that they're in, what is the principal working on, what are the strengths of the teachers, what are the challenges of the teachers, and how can they serve that school through an action research project. And at the end, we have a action research symposium where they'll present their findings. And this work that we have done in Rockford has been transformative. If you talk to Dr. Aaron Jarrett, he will tell you some of the things that are working in the district have come out of the action research in this program. We also have a summer convening each year. So there's a few days in the summer that it's a very intense learning experience for things that we can't do necessarily during the school year. So for example, we do 2 days of restorative practices training. We do some other leadership workshops and things that lend itself well to that setting. So can you go to the next slide? I think it's back to you, Megan.
So admission requirements, this is going to be where I step in and I'm guiding your teachers through this whole process. Pretty standard stuff, submitting an application, transcripts, all of that. But they do need to have their teaching license with at least 2 years of experience, and then we'll also guide them through getting some letters of recommendation, and then we'll be interviewing with them too to just, ensure that they're ready for this journey and a good fit for the program. So timeline. So with all of this being said, we already have this process in place of how to relay all of this information to interested teachers, get them through the application process, and get them orientated and all set to go for classes to begin this upcoming spring semester. As my colleagues mentioned, we do have very strong relationships and this program already in place with Rockford Public Schools. So this is something that we're very accustomed to building these cohorts. So we are confident that if you all are supportive of this, that we can be well on our way to having your first cohort of teachers graduating in December of 2024. So With that being said, any questions? Oh, absolutely.
One more thing. I could talk about this program all day, so I'll make it brief. But one thing, we're three white women standing in front of you, and we're talking about urban education. I just want to say that we understand that it's important to have a diverse faculty when you are going through an urban education program. So we have a very diverse team of faculty. They're not all here, but I feel like that's important for you to know that we value that, we prioritize that, and the faculty that will be teaching in this program will definitely be a diverse set of faculty who have had wonderful experiences as leaders and also in, developing their scholarship. So what questions do you have for us?
Board member,
Yes, thank you very much. A couple of things. I did see the criteria, so that was one of my questions. My second question is in regards to the teachers. Would a substitute teacher who does have their PEL and does have 2 years of experience, would they qualify for the MAT program?
That's a great question, and I believe so. The criteria, so to get into Rockford University, to get into our grad program, you just need a bachelor's degree and a GPA of 2.5.
Okay.
The state of Illinois we all know, the state of Illinois has requirements for principal prep programs. And so those other requirements are state of Illinois requirements. I can get back, I want to say yes, but just to confirm that, I will find out for you. It's
Dr.
a good
Ike,
question.
let's help them out. They're a substitute, and it depends on if they have a teacher's license. Most of our substitutes do not. Can you join so that we can hear you clearly, please? Thank you. Excellent question, Ms. Kostick. Excellent question.
So if they're employed in the district in the capacity of a substitute teacher, they would not qualify at this point, because that means they don't have the if they don't have the PEL, professional education license, hired as a teacher and working as a teacher. No? Okay.
Listen, there are substitute teachers that do have their PEL and they have the years of experience. They just choose to sub.
Right, but if they're not employed.
So are you saying that the only people that would qualify are the teachers
Hired full-time.
that are full-time and have the 2 years experience and the professional licensure?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I think there's some flexibility depending, because here's the thing, and once they go through that successfully, they have to commit to working with Peoria Public Schools. So they would have to get out of being a sub and take on a full-time position for X number of years, because they have to give us that time back. So, Ms. Kostick, we're open to that. The 90-something% of our subs do not have, right? But if they do, and they want to be part of that, I'm definitely open to it, but then they would have to commit to getting out of that substitute pool and, giving the district a full, 2 years commitments, and so forth. And that this is all brand new, and we're thinking outside the box so that we can kind of get ahead of the workforce shortage. And so the important thing is they have to have that teacher certificate.
And I do understand that. You've answered the question in regards to, in the event, if there are teachers that are in a sub status and the retaining of them. But now my question is, what type of a program, what is in place for those teachers that you pay for? We pay for them to go through this program. So what's keeping them here? Do they have to sign a contract or something that they will remain with PPS for X amount of years?
Which one, to grow your own?
no,
Pardon me?
the ones come through this program.
Ones that come through this
Oh,
program?
okay. Dr. Ike will take that one. Yep, thank you.
You're expected to remain with the district for at least 2 years.
Is that an expect, or do they have to sign something?
Yeah, there will be
indicating-
a promissory note that they will
Okay.
sign.
Yes.
Okay, my next question is there a maximum number of teachers that will be able to participate, or is it
Max 25.
25?
Max
They have
25 in
31.
cohort one, but we can start a new cohort every semester if you have the interest.
right.
And also for those subs that don't have their Pell yet, I just have to. We have a great online program now for special education, so we can talk about that some other time. For undergrad.
Okay,
Costa,
thank you.
Did you have anything else?
No, that's it. That's it.
Dr. Rankin? And so while she's thinking of her question, I want to ask, is this an online program for current teachers?
That's a great question. So the way that this cohort is designed is it's a hybrid. So we will be, the students will come to a space here, I believe, or a professional development space.
Yes, in the back.
Okay, because the cohort is important, that they're together. And so sometimes the professors will be zoomed in, other times we will be here. Dr. Munson and I will serve as the internship supervisor, so we will actually come to Peoria to observe them in their schools, to meet with them, to support them in their journey of developing their leadership capacity over the 2 years. Their internship will start in their second semester, so they'll have several, I want to say assignments, but they're more like applied activities that they'll be doing throughout their semester.
So here's my question, and the reason I ask that is if they're teaching full-time, then they become a part of the cohort that is after
Oh,
their
good question.
their day,
Yes.
because we don't want to pay subs.
Right. Oh, good question. So yes, it's once a week that they will meet they'll come together once a week. They take 2 classes each semester, but they'll come together once a week and meet from 6 to 9. And then that's the meeting time. And then there's some coursework online as well.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, cohort is not foreign to PPS. I went through a cohort in 2001. There were 20 of us. It was through Illinois State University. They met us at Richwoods. We took 2 classes twice a week, and it took us a while. I think I graduated in 2005.
We've had several cohorts.
Yes, yeah. And I do know the superintendent of Rockford. I respect him. Rockford, similar demographics. They're a little larger than we are. We serve on the Luter Larger Urban District Board together. We're board members there. So, and he speaks highly of this work. So I just wanted to let you know that.
Well, we feel honored to partner with Rockford Public Schools, and we would be honored to partner with you as well.
Dr. Rankin, you think of your question?
Yep, I thought of my question. It's for Dr. Ike. Dr. Ike, when teachers sign this promise note, this contract, whatever we're calling it, and they decide to leave the district, do they have to pay us back?
Yes, if they don't stay up to the 2 years, yes, they'll have to pay it back.
And actually, that's not new either, because we've been paying for, superintendents to, go through the program, and they had to sign something, and I remember 2 that had to pay money back, that left right away as soon as they graduate. So that's not new either.
President Ross, can I say, as I'm thinking? Yeah. Just quickly, and I'm reflecting on board member Costick's question, as you go through, because it's not coming through me, it's going through you directly, I believe, the interest. If there are any subs, so they'll be in a separate category, we want to definitely, if they're eligible and they're interested, let's open that to them as well. We know they do have to have the teaching license, and then, of course, they would have to commit to going through the program and staying with us for 2 years. I think it's a good thing because, again, as you said, we're growing our own. Many of them are from the area like I am. I was from Peoria, run through the cohort. The district supported me on that, and my ultimate goal was to stay and help my district. And so I believe that's ultimately what we want to do as well. And so, yeah, we'll open up opportunities, not minimize opportunities.
Could I just say, can we double check that? Because some things have changed because of a shortage of teachers. Can we just double check that?
Yes, I will verify that with ISB, because we know ISB, has had a lot of requirements in place, but you're right, there's a lot of flexibility
lot of
now.
flexibility,
And
yeah.
so we will verify that and
Okay,
definitely
great.
get you an answer.
Any other questions of,
If you send me an
Rockford?
email, I'll send you. I have some new legislation that just came out. I was with IESA and the Illinois Valley group. Dr. Ike, remember I sent you guys that link with lots of legislative updates, and there are a couple there regarding the teacher shortage and the changes.
Mhm.
So that's good as well. Thank you. Sorry, Ms. Ross.
That's okay. No, anyone else have any comments? Thank you very much for coming to Peoria. We look forward to working with you. Okay. Is that you? You're on now, I think. Aren't you? Superintendent's update, was that your only update? Oh, okay.
That was my update. Thank you, President
All right.
Ross.
Thank you. Proposed expenditures over $2,500. Any questions for Mr. Willis on that issue or that line item? None? Okay. Reports of request under the Freedom of Information Act and the status of such request.
Thank you very much, President Ross. Since our board meeting on September 26, we received two new requests. Of these new requests, two have been closed. There were 0 pending requests noted on September 12th, yes, September 26. And so this brings we have received 44 requests for the calendar year at a grand total of $2,200. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. At this point, we have action items under the consent agenda. Vice President Murphy.
Thank you, President Ross. Number one, gifts to school district year-to-date, $67,192.81. The donation valued at $750 by Mike Cook for Peoria High School. Donation valued at $332 by Walmart for school supplies for all schools. Donation valued at $40.20 by Walmart for school supplies for all schools. And donation valued at $229.26 by employees of Springfield Clinic for supplies for all schools. 2, payment of bills. 3, payment for travel. 4, human resource report. 5, tentative agreement with Peoria Federation of Support Staff Local 6099, AFT/AFL-CIO. Number 6, tentative agreement with the Homeschool Facilitators Union. Number 7, memorandum of understanding with Rockford University Principal Pipeline Program. Number 8, license agreement with Regional Office Education. Number 9, memorandum of understanding with Peoria Federation of Teachers, cataloging of library books at the high schools. Number 10, renewal of reinsurance for all employees. Number 11, pay increase, off-schedule employees, certified administrative personnel. Number 12, pay increase, off-schedule employees / administrative personnel, certified and non-certified. Number 13, update salaries and regulations for auxiliary personnel, fiscal year 2022 to 2023. Number 14, Richwoods Boys Varsity and Sophomore Basketball Overnight Trip. And number 15, Annie Jo Gordon Community Learning Center 7th and 8th grade field trip. And that is all to the consent agenda.
Thank you. Board members would like to take off a separate vote. None? We have a motion and a second.
So moved.
Any discussion presented in the consent?
Mrs. Costick? Mr. Claus?
Aye.
Mrs. McConnell? Mr. Murphy?
Aye.
Dr. Rankin? Mr. Wilson? President Ross? We have 6 ayes. Motion carries.
Thank you. And
Number 16, I move expulsion with the, that this expulsion is held in advance.
Okay. Moved and seconded. Any questions?
Mrs. Costick? Mr. Claus?
Aye.
Mrs. McConnell? Mr. Murphy?
Aye.
Dr. Ranking? Mr. Wilson?
Aye.
President Ross? We have 6 ayes, motion carries.
I move that the expulsion is approved as presented.
Would you please call the roll?
Mrs. Costick? Mr. Claus?
Aye.
Mrs. McConnell? Mr. Murphy?
Aye.
Dr. Ranking? Mr. Wilson?
Aye.
President Ross? We have 6 ayes, motion carries.
I move it is approved as presented.
Again.
Would you please call the roll?
Mrs. Costick? Mr. Claus?
Aye.
Mrs. McConnell? Mr. Murphy?
Aye.
Dr. Ranking? Mr. Wilson?
Aye.
President Ross? 6 ayes, motion carries.
Thank you. Presentations and
I like to say that. Our next meeting.
Yep, Dr. Bond and I will have our first meeting of the Behavior Committee on November 3rd at 4 o'clock here at the Administration Building. There is a Teams link also.
The Buildings and Grounds Committee, we had a meeting scheduled for October 31st, but there was a conflict. So we will reschedule for either November the 2nd or November the 10th, but it will be announced. Thank you.